Can't even tell if we're... There we go. Okay. All right, we are live. I'm not even sure if we just started or not. Oh, we did just start. Interesting. So still no capture, and it is time to get this Lucci killed. Mascara, welcome to this stream. Yeah, I thought I was on for a little while, but I guess it didn't start. I don't know if it was not recording or what. Thank you all. I can't tell if I should redo the whole initial rant or not, because I can't tell if we were live. Well, I'll give you guys the Cliff Note version of the summary, which is that I will zoom in when I use the Lucci fill-up, but I'm going to use dot mode when I use the Huo. Because obviously we like the good visuals. We like the, you know, I know it's more enjoyable to watch fighting like this because like the graphics are pretty good. But I also want to see how good of a report I can get with some of these marches if I do stay in dot mode. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do half zoomed in, half dot mode. I still haven't even needed to empty my hospital or anything like that. I'll show you the report. I'll show you a couple reports here. Lucci Phillip trading a little bit positive, doing a lot of buffing. This is my last 2-0 run. So 5 million KP against 1.7. Let's see if we can better that one this time. It might be difficult, but legacy craft, is everyone just full sending? I don't think we're like full sending. We didn't really do too much strategy talk before this. We don't have a voice chat going, so there's nobody in there to be like, hey, aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. I think people are kind of playing for trades. And what's nice is that our allies have their altar just completely locked up. So we're getting KP, our allies are not. That's going to help us potentially get the star, because whichever camp gets more KP at the end of this KvK will get the star. So this is all very good for us, and I don't mind us having like a real fight here where we give the enemy a good chance to be competitive. So I don't think we're full sending, no. If we were really trying to win, you know, super competitive, we would probably ask people to full send. Dollar, I am in 1770. We are allied with 2965 and 2011 and 3378. We are against SJ32 and some of their allies. Our opponents are mostly Asian, so this is a good time for them. It's a good time for us as well. But let's see how we can do with the Huo here. I'm just going to try to be... I'm going to be very defensive, you know? Is Huo good in altar, like he resets his rage if he kills a march? You know, I should know what... I'll look at that later, Vishnu, about like how the rage reset works. What I know is that when he gets a kill, he gets a 3000 factor heal, right? So every time I'm getting a kill, which I maybe got a kill there, I'm not sure, but every time I get a kill, I'm getting a big heal. And so at least at the start of the run, if you play really kind of safe and just wait for people to get out of position and get those kills, you can stay at full health for quite a while. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. I'm going to try to just stay at full health. Right now we're getting pushed back a little bit, so it's not quite as nice. Not like the perfect timing. Oh, you know this, and I'm gonna try to grab some stalkers, I guess. Let me try to grab these stalkers. I don't know. Yeah, we're not playing perfect here, but that's all right. They definitely pushed us back here a bit. Yeah, so I mean, I gotta heal there. Like, so far, I'm still at full health. I haven't gotten a ton of kills, but like here, I can grab this kill on this cav march. Grab another kill on this cav march. As long as stuff like that keeps happening, I think the Huo can just stay out here permanently. But eventually, you just take a couple of bad hits and your health drops a little bit, and then you can't get back to a full health every time you kill. Let's see how long we can do it for. Looks like the enemy's being a little aggressive, so we'll just snipe them. And it seems like the music stops, which I have no idea why the music just stopped. There we go. Look, he says, what should I do if the enemy is hogging resources and they're stronger than my alliance? Is hogging resources and they are stronger than my alliance? Do you mean hopping resources? I don't know. Legacy, I'm not sure how an enemy hogs resources. But I mean, if the enemy is stronger than your alliance, my attitude is always try to keep morale high, you know, motivate people to keep showing up, and hope the enemy makes some mistakes and just build on like one small victory after another. Which is basically what the enemy did today. Like, I didn't know if they were going to show up. I didn't know if, like, I mean, I knew they would show up to some extent, but I didn't know that we would have like a really good fight here. But it seems like they managed to really motivate their players to show up and fight. And they did have the altar at the beginning. Even right now, they're keeping us from capturing it, I believe. I think they're keeping us from capturing it. Oh, no, we did get it. We did get it. Okay, we did get the altar. But yeah, they're keeping their players engaged. They may not be getting great trades, but this is fun. Like, honestly, I think altars are pretty friggin' fun. So if the enemy is stronger than you, do exactly what these guys are doing today, which is get people enthusiastic for something fun and just try to build from there. Because over the next 10 days, we will have a number of altar fights, and then in 10 days is going to be the past 7 battles. You obviously want your team to be motivated for past 7. That's another great chance to get a lot of KP. Worst case scenario, the enemy takes the pass, the enemy tries to rally your forts, and you get to fight them in the open field on your territory and defend your forts. That is why so many people still play Heroic Anthem. That's why so many people like King of All Britain as well. It gives the losing team a bit of a chance to have success. Because you can have success at altar fights, and you can have success at the level 7 passes. Alright, so we're into yellow with the Huo. We've done pretty good with them. Obviously, I'm able to stay out here a long time. The last time I got to yellow, I was trying to like be very defensive and then maybe get a few heals and bring it back to white. I think that's like really hard to do, unfortunately. I don't think when you're at 50% it's realistic to like bring yourself back to life. But I think this has been a fairly good run, so I'm going to try to be pretty smart and get a good report for y'all. But this is perfect because we have the altar, and then yet they're still fighting us. So it's the best of both worlds. See, like here I'm teeing off on this person, but I need to. Oh, I hope I don't lose this kill. But I'm so low health that their counterattack on me, or the AoE that I'm getting hit with, is meaning that I'm taking more damage than the heal is giving me back. Yeah, Legacy, I mean, we're not really just defending it. I'm sure if we push these guys out, a lot of us will chase and not stay at the altar. I mean, right now I'd love to get into this siege back here. Look at all this siege. We're so close to it. You know what I need to do? I need to bring my friggin' Lucci back out here. Bloxer, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Everybody throw a like on this one. That'll be appreciated. Let me know if you have any questions about either this KvK or just Rise of Kingdoms in general. Pretty chilled stream. We're getting some KP, we're getting some trades. We're getting honor points for the most part, except for this like moment like this where I'm outside of the altar. I feel like there have been some changes in ROK, like there was some news announced this week. I will have to look at those. I saw that they're thinking about merging kingdoms. And I think they're thinking about adjusting Crystal Tech, maybe? I'm not sure. We'll look at the patch notes. We'll look at the developer feedback once this thing slows down. And get everybody caught up to date on all the latest news and happenings. Bloxer says, I haven't played in a while and I'm having resource trouble. Should I stick with China or... If I'm not wrong, isn't the new civilization good for gathering? The Mayan civilization? I mean, it depends on how early you are, Boxer, but obviously the 10% gold gathering for the Mayan civilization is really, really good. China isn't necessarily like, I mean, building speed 5%, action point recovery 5%. China isn't amazing, really. I don't know. I feel like early game Spain is quite good because it also has an AP bonus. But for pure gathering, you can't go wrong with the Mayans. You really can't go wrong with the Mayans. And in fact, what I really should do is switch a bunch of my farms to Maya. Because obviously a lot of farms will just gather gold, mainly. And they'll be in these, like, you know, Farm Alliance gold pits, and you can like sit in there for a day and a half or whatever. So thank you for that reminder that I need to switch my farms to Maya. I'm in KvK 2 with only 1 million power. Yeah, I mean, China's fine. China's fine. But let me look at or here, let me die off real quick, and then let's look at the civs. Monster, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We got ourselves a fight, you know? If I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. and only get 3.5 hours sleep, this is what I want to see when I wake up. Yeah, Blockster, if I'm not wrong, I feel like... Spain is a pretty good early game civilization. Yeah, because I mean, I like Spain, Blockster, honestly. I like Spain. You get more experience from barbs, and you get 20% resource production, which like helps your resources a little bit. It doesn't do that much, but it's a little bit. But the XP gain from barbs, like 10% more experience, is actually very, very helpful. So I'd maybe go Spain. Alright, so they're trying to get to our siege now. They're trying to get to our siege. I know Hanmano is wrecking. Like, Hanmano's just been sitting here with siege. And I think he's, like, our top player in terms of enemy elimination. Maybe? Oh, and White Castle's ahead now. So, but Hanmano's in 11th. Hanmano is in 11th in enemy elimination. And all I've seen him do is sit here with this Gonzalo Gaja siege march. So we've got a decent amount of siege here, actually. Oh. Now, one of the things you can do when you're walking to an altar or walking to any fight, really, is you can just attack some of these marches. Like, as you're walking, instead of just walking and doing nothing, you can just, like, attack people, and then if they see someone attacking them, they're more likely to retreat. They don't realize that you're a minute away. I'll just say a lot of people say Spain is bad, though. If you're 1 million power, then I think China's pretty good. Because you're going to be building a lot, so that 5% building speed is better. Is quite good. But if you're active enough to be in YouTube chats, you know, asking people what you should do, then you're probably going to be active enough to kill a lot of barbarians. And getting 10% more experience is very, very helpful. Experience is super important at the beginning of the game. Alright, so let's see how much damage and buffing we can do with Lucci, Philip. Not necessarily expecting to have a great report here, but I'm just going to stay in the front. I'm going to get skills off. And buff my teammates. And I already took a lot of damage there. I already took a lot of damage. You can see that I'm just not as good outside of dot mode as I am inside of dot mode. David, thank you for subbing. Appreciate it. Okay, so we've pushed them out now. We've pushed them out. So some of our players want to stay in the square and get some honor points. Others of us want to keep attacking. And I'm getting wrecked here. I'm definitely getting wrecked. Maybe I should have been more defensive. Barney, how's it going, man? We are winning. We are winning. We're winning in many ways, Barney, because at the other altar, our allies don't have a fight at all. So we're getting a lot of KP. And we do have the altar captured. So it's been a very good altar fight so far, for sure. Pitbull, how's it going? Seba, how's it going? All my current and former teammates checking in. Pitbull, Barney, and Seba. Shout out to 2742. Like, I'm not even getting attacked right now, but I was taking a bunch of AoE. I don't think I got my skills off either, which sucks. There, I got my skills off. Alright, I think I'm going down here. Going down swinging. There we go. Start the heal. We'll send the Huo in. Philip, the altar is open. The altar is open. We have captured it. Boba, what's up? I am, son. I am winning. Yeah, we've got the altar. I need to do the Dark Stalkers. I don't think I've done any yet. Yeah, I haven't done any Dark Stalkers, so... Let's see when these are spawning. 2.5 minutes. Well, is it excited for Dark Altar tomorrow against 3308? It depends on what time it is at, Wally, because I do have an Arc match at noon. Probably. I mean, hopefully I can get a seat for that thing. That should be a good one for sure. That should definitely be a good one. Yeah, I assume it's going to be around this time. So yeah, that's a good reminder. Thank you, Wally. Philip says, is 3308 going to show up? I'm sure they're going to show up. I'm sure 3308 is going to show up. I mean, come on. Well, I mean, it's 8 a.m. here now, but I woke up at 7 a.m. for this altar. Which, personally, if it was 1 a.m., being the night owl that I am, if it was 1 a.m., that would be completely fine. I'd be like, oh, this is a great time for an altar. But 7 a.m. is rough. Barney, yes, Hanmano is here with Siege. I was talking about him earlier. He's here somewhere. Yeah, here's Hanmano right here. He's about to get wrecked, I think. But here, let me bring out the infantry again. All right, so let's try to get another really good run with Huo. Let's just go for another really good run with Huo. Enemies pushing into us pretty hard. I think they're clearing our siege, actually. Blockster says, oh god, my alliance leader is getting zeroed. Catch you later. Oh, to be in the early game again. When so many things are happening. every once in a while, I will start a brand new farm and be like, oh, I'm going to play this farm hard in the early game just to experience like what's going on. But then you just lose momentum. Like, you have to stay so active on an account. Like, it's just as important to be super active on an account early in the game as it is to be active on an account in the end game. So unless you have enough time to play 2 accounts, it's just like impossible. But honestly, I was talking there and I like let myself take some damage, which was a mistake. Let's see if I can heal. Let's see if I can maybe heal back up a little bit. Let's play like super defensive. I'm gonna play super defensive and see if I can heal back up. The enemy is honestly doing like a very good job. They're really fighting very well today. I'm like super surprised that we have like a really good fight here. But it's a great sign. It is a great friggin' sign, because if they can compete at this altar, then they will probably compete at the next one. We'll just get a bunch of good fights. But was so happy to finally be getting out of the early game. Yeah, it gets a little... The end game is definitely more fun, but the crazy moments of home kingdom excitement in the early game is pretty cool, especially if there's like a bit of fighting in your kingdom. You know, like if you're not in the main alliance and you're playing the early game kind of hard. Seba, welcome back to Officer Chat. Very glad to have you. Appreciate it. You know, if you're like in one of the smaller alliances early on in a kingdom, then like generally there is some fighting for control of the holy sites and stuff like that. So that can be pretty fun. I did a little fighting in the last kingdom I was in, but it was mostly just like noob on noob violence. Honestly, my latest farm is not even at 1,000,000 power yet. I think I'm at 900k power, so I didn't play that much. Very much appreciate you, Seba. I will join the migration Discord after this stream. I know I need to do that. Appreciate all the members of Officer Chat. You do have some nice emojis when you join Officer Chat. I will show those emojis now. I feel like my emojis are honestly pretty good, but they just don't get used too much. Like the sad face emoji is not bad. The whale emoji I think is solid. And the face. But I do appreciate Barney and Seba, Natsu, Godstraight, Alloys, all the members of Officer Chat. Yeah, the silly drama. I think it's different nowadays, Boba, because like back when we played, it was silly drama, but it was also kind of real drama because there was no KvK yet, and you didn't realize you had to get along with your kingdom. So in the very early days of this game, the early game was amazing because everyone was literally fighting. There were all these different factions in your home kingdom. Like everyone was fighting for control of the home kingdom. I don't think that happens as much anymore because people understand that if you have tons of fighting early on, then it really hinders you for the first KvK, and then your kingdom might be screwed. So now, yeah, it is just silly drama. I remember, Bella says, I remember before I whaled up on my native, there was a guy that killed my March while I was killing Barbs, who was like 4,000,000 power. I whaled up and zeroed him for revenge, my origin story. I'ma drink you. Get in my belly. So this has been a pretty good run for this Huo, I would say. We're eating these marches that are out of position. They are jumping in our bellies and feeding us a nice big heal. And I keep forgetting to do the stalkers. I forgot to do the stalkers again. GG. Like, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat this person right here. Thank you. Pretty big weekend here. We've got this altar fight today. We've got the 1079 altar fight tomorrow. And then obviously the Super Bowl as well tomorrow. I only did a prop bet so far. Just like I had a free bet on a site, so I did a parlay with like Saquon Barkley over receiving yards. One of the kickers like over 2 field goals or something. I think I'm gonna bet on the Eagles though, honestly. It seems like more of the sharp money is coming in on the Eagles. And you know, the Kansas City run defense has not been good in the second half of the season. And I do think Barkley can have a very, very good game. So I think we're gonna place a bet on the Eagles for this one. Nothing big, though. I'm not feeling too confident about the game. All right, at this point, the Hua is pretty low. I should probably just go ahead and get aggressive and kill it off. Let's kill it off. Maybe we'll pull some people in as we die. ZKX, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. And thanks for commenting on my recent video. It was good to see what your experiences are with barb chaining. That was kind of an interesting video to make, that barb chaining video, because I had to do like a little research. Like I really did go through all the commanders and think about who was best, which is how I kind of came up with Lapu Lapu being like pretty highly rated. And I feel like I mostly got the list correct. Maybe Shajar should have been S tier, because I guess Shajar's heal is pretty amazing. But as much as I did do like a lot of research and make like a pretty good list, I think there was also, I learned a lot from the response, because people pointed out, okay, first of all, a bunch of commanders have the versatility tree. Like, you know, like Zoog has the versatility tree, right? And so I put Zoog on a barb chaining. Like for honestly, for like over a year, I've had Zoog as just this when he was barb chaining. But that video made me realize, oh, duh, you can get a discount if you pick Insight in the Barbarian tree, or in the Versatility tree. So like I learned a nice bit about a few different things. You know, I noticed, okay, obviously the Versatility tree means more commanders can get a discount. I guess Lapu Lapu has like a pretty big AoE, so like he's actually is really good for barb chaining. That was a good call by me. Shajar has to be the secondary. Shajar has to be secondary in a march to do the heal. Yeah, Bobo, we'd love to have you in 770, but certainly understand being in 3092 as well. Yeah, go for the dad joke, Bloxer. Go for the dad joke. Oh, ZKX says Lapu Lapu is like 5% less AoE than normal circle. Okay. I misread one of the comments then. Because somebody said, have you looked at the Lapu Lapu AoE? And then they laughed. I thought that meant it was good, but I guess it means it's smaller. 5% smaller is not that much, though. Alright, here's Bloxer's dad joke. Why did the farmer in Rise of Kingdoms break up with his girlfriend? Because she kept gathering drama instead of resources. I feel like dad jokes are supposed to... They're supposed to, like, make sense with, like, a pun or... I mean, our girlfriend's known for, like, gathering resources. I feel like it's better if it's the boyfriend. I mean, like, this is like generalizing, but like part of what is funny, like part of what's funny is like when you like play into stereotypes, right? So I feel like the you know, the more common meme is that like guys make the money and women spend the money. So wouldn't it be better if it's like, why did the girlfriend break up with the boyfriend in Rise of Kingdoms? Because he was gathering drama instead of resources? Like, don't cancel me, but I'm just, like, trying to work on your dad joke a little bit, Bloxer. And when in doubt, just doing all that's what she said joke, obviously. All right, we are pushing him out a little bit. When are the next stalkers? I keep missing the stalkers. Oh, a long time. Let's look at the reports real quick. Okay, so this Huo didn't do that great last time. Huo honestly didn't do that great last time. Good report here with the Lu Chi, but obviously that's because it was like a super short one. Alright, so that last Huo did not do anywhere near as well as I thought. Oh well. Speaking of 3092, where Boba is, Bus Driver and I are planning to do another podcast soon. I think we need to just finalize the dates. I honestly think we have something pretty good going, me and Bus, where we just sort of like talk about our kingdom, like our lives in our kingdoms, and it's a way to update both of our kingdoms to our audiences. Because I think Bus and I are both in like very interesting situations. You know, he's trying to build a kingdom. He's literally trying to build a new kingdom, which hardly anyone does anymore. Hardly anyone tries to build like a competitive kingdom from scratch. That rarely happens in Rise of Kingdoms. So Bus is trying to do that. And I'm over here in 770, where we were a competitive kingdom for many, many years. And then recently our leader retired and many of our best players quit. And it's like, what do we do now? You know, what do we do? Do we stay competitive? Do we migrate? Do we become more casual and keep this thing going as a casual kingdom? Bus and I are both in unique situations compared to most people in Rise of Kingdoms. So I do look forward to talking to him about those things. Because, I mean, what 3092 has done so far is They've recruited they're like a lean kingdom. They're like an A to B kingdom. They've got a good amount of kill points. You know, maybe like 400 billion KP. But as part of being like a good kingdom at a small level, they've had like a couple of really easy KvKs so far. I think they're 2 for 2. They've won stars both times. So their players are powering up. And their players are having I would imagine, a good bit of fun. But at the same time, if you're a competitive person in this game, I guess I should empty my hospital, huh? Cutting it a little close. Actually, first let me bring out the Huo. Let's bring out the Huo. Can you imagine if I had taken deads in an altar fight? That would have been really bad. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see what Bus has to say about his kingdom, because I mean, if you're 2 for 2, then it sounds like it's like, you know, there's not a lot to complain about, but at the same time, if you're a really competitive kingdom, I think easy KvKs can really hurt you as well. And it's kind of the same with us, like, we've been competitive for so long that maybe some of our players would not enjoy a heroic, kind of an easy heroic anthem. But as far as a fight like this, I don't think anybody can complain. Yeah, a lot of content creators that start with the name B. Philip, I haven't seen one on how to fight in balls with actual gameplay. Yeah, that's an interesting one, Philip. That's an interesting one. I feel like I do mention that in videos sometimes, but not like a video specifically about that. I definitely want to do more, you know, like how-to guides, like, you know, things like how to fight in a ball, you know, how to barb chain, stuff like that. Because I think there is like a very big audience for that. That's not like totally being served. Because I have always done like end game type videos, but so many of the player base is younger, you know? The problem is, what I think the problem is, it's not a problem, this is just how things are, is like, there's so many people in the early game, right? So it would be great if people could give good info about the early game, like what's the tier order, or what's the progression order of which commander you should build first, right? Which epic should you build first? Which epic should you build second? It would be great if there was information about that, but I honestly think you have to be playing in the early game to do that stuff. Like, I honestly don't know like which commander you should build first, because there's been a lot of new commanders now, right? There's a lot of new epics, like Bjorn, Imhotep, you know, this friggin' dude, right? There's this Pericles dude. Like, are these newer commanders good? Like, should you build Bjorn before you build Sun Tzu? Should you still build Boudica first? Like, if somebody asked me what commander should I build first, I'd be like, well, build Boudica. But like, I built Boudica first 6 years ago. Is that still correct? I really don't know. Smash or pass commanders. And yeah, like I want to get into doing some short videos as well, because right, here, let me throw a marker on my Huo. All right, let's get 2-1 on Huo here. Come on. Bloxer says, I need a guide how to escape Diddy. Diddy cannot terrorize you anymore, Bloxer. Diddy is going away. You know, there were rumors this weekend that Dave Portnoy and Kanye West were both going to release meme coins. It hasn't happened yet, but I can guarantee you there are some dedicated crypto hustlers who basically haven't slept all weekend, are just monitoring Twitter, trying to see if El Presidente or Kanye drops a meme coin. No meme coins for me. Just altar fighting. Just altar fighting in their face. Yeah, so I was getting attacked there, and so I'm not going to get the heals. I don't know. Maybe I should have run right there. This will not be a 2-for-1 trade on Huo. That's for sure. You can see that we do have a bunch of players now. This is going to probably be some farms. We have a bunch of people here just chilling. Looks like I saw Shiv there. So Shiv just got noticed for sitting at the altar, not fighting. If I weren't streaming, I would jump on my phone and put my farm there. But I think my phone's in the other room. And it's just not that big of a deal. Okay, we're healing up a little bit now. Seems like we're healing up a little bit. A lot of enemies getting pulled way out of position here. So we might be healing up a little bit. Nicholas, this is an A-seed KvK. Yeah, this is an A-seed Heroic Anthem. Roughly around 1 trillion KP per camp. We're in Fire Camp. We have the most KP. I mean, I don't know. I think we might have had like 1.2, 1.3 trillion KP. And then the lowest camp would be about 900 billion KP. Yeah, it's an A-seed Heroic Anthem. This is one video I will be doing. Is Heroic Anthem worth it in 2025? That will definitely be a video I make after this KvK. People need to know. People need to know these things. I will say I have always been a fan of Heroic Anthem. When we were a more serious kingdom, I used to always say to Adinavo, our leader, I would say, hey, you know, we should do a Heroic Anthem every once in a while. I feel like people would enjoy it. And I'll be honest, I think people are enjoying this one. We're winning. Like, it's fun to win. It's fun to win. We had like a pretty good 24-hour fight in Zone 5. We've got a really good altar fight today. This is a great altar fight. Everyone's getting a lot of KP. I'm able to live stream it. We're getting honor points because we took the altar right at the start. Enemy's still coming at us. I don't think there will be any complaints for this one. But we will have to see how the level 7 passes go, and then also Kingsland, because you know, in all honesty, I think that what happened... Let me see where these stalkers are spawning. Long time. Yeah, really what happened is that this other camp, like Wind Camp, our other enemies, the enemies that we're not fighting. These guys here, PBO3, they're a Korean kingdom. They've got 9 stars. These guys have 9 stars. But I think they realized that they're probably going to lose this KvK, and it doesn't seem like they're really trying too much. They actually asked to be given bastions, like in this zone, a zone that they lost. They were like, can you please give us these bastions? Like the El Cid bastion, wherever that one is. Maybe it's this. Wherever the El Cid bastion is. Maybe it's over here. Anyway, what they were asking for, they were asking to be given access to this zone so that their players could train up on the bastions, and they basically said if we don't get these bastions, we're probably not going to fight. Water Camp, who we're fighting, they made no such request. So hopefully we get a fight from these guys at pass 7, and then I think Kingsland might be pretty easy. I think Kingsland's probably going to be pretty easy. Because it doesn't seem like Wind really wants to try too hard. We eat this archer. We get the heal. We fall back. Oh, we're getting wrecked. All right, time to kill off this march. We'll bring the Lucci back out. Oh yeah, Nicholas. I mean, we won zone 5 on our side, so it's fire. Fire is allied with Earth. Lucerne is obviously a safe zone. We won Tahiti. Our allies won San Pedro. And then the enemy is in the bottom of the map. Everybody has now moved into zone 7, or zone 6. We've got the altar fights here on the left and the right. And then the next fight will be at this zone 7 pass right here. But let's take a look at those reports. All right, again, another 2 million on the Huo there. Interestingly, the Lucci Philip. Yeah, so my best report was before I went on stream. I think this was right before I went on stream. I was out there for a long time and got 5 million kills. But most of these are pretty much like 2 million. A little bit less on the Lucci Philip. We are in 69th place in enemy elimination. If you're not going to be first, you might as well be 69. But maybe we can improve that one. And I'm missing the stalkers again. I'm missing the stalkers again. Feels bad, man. Nicholas, I'm not able to try Alex or Wallace because I don't have either one. But what I can try next time is I can try Scipio Lucci. So I can switch to wedge formation and run Scipio primary, Lucci secondary, and see how that does in comparison. That's actually a good idea to compare those two. Because when I first was pulling out my marches for this, I actually did go Scipio Lucci. I figured it would be better, but then I was just thinking how, you know, Philip, when marches are like this close to each other, the Philip buff does seem like really good, you know? Because probably not that many people are running Philip here, because maybe the trades are a little bit worse. And so I just thought, okay, if I bring Philip out here, that's going to help a lot. Maybe a play that you can do is like every time you see that Herman got his buff on you, then you like run away. Man, you can feel how slow the imp is compared to Huo. You know, part of the reason why Huo Arthur is... I mean, Huo Joan might be better at an altar just because of the AoE. I don't know. I mean, Huo and Arthur are both single target commanders. So that's sort of why the damage is not necessarily amazing. Whereas, like, if you can get a Lucci skill off at the front of a ball and do all that damage, but also do an AoE slow, and you also get the Philip buff off at the front of a ball, that's just so good. But, man, I just keep getting pulled out of position trying to do it. Atro Fox, appreciate the sub. Thank you to all the new subs on the stream. Appreciate everyone being here. Throw a like. Let me know what's going on in with your weekend. I believe Boxer agreed with me that it's going to be the Eagles. I think it was Boxer who said, yep. Eagles are the play. I do think we bet on the birds this year. Kansas City's been living a bit of a blessed life all season. Man, I'll be honest, my heart kind of says the Eagles because that's what other people are betting. But in some ways my head says the Chiefs because they've just gotten the job done for so long. Even this year, like, people doubted them. They didn't necessarily cover all that many spreads. But they had home field in the playoffs and just have gotten the job done the whole way. I still haven't placed my bet. I'm just leaning Eagles. I'm leaning Eagles. All right, let me kill this Lucci off. Rehades, glad to have you here. Alright, looks like Lucci's gonna get off a few more skills before he dies. Value. Value, value, value. I'm not even getting hit. No one's even attacking me. Let's go. Look at all this. Look at all this value I'm getting. Although I don't seem to be getting rage at the moment. Alright, I'm getting targeted. We pull in a little bit. Maybe we get one more skill off? Maybe. Get a skill off, get a skill off. There we go. One last to fill a buff for the road. There we go. Nice. Nothing amazing there, but you know. I heard Joan Arthur OP because they both have AoE, and Joan has the double AoE. Okay, I said that Arthur doesn't have AoE, but I'm an idiot. He obviously does have AoE. As the secondary, he deals a very big nuke to up to 3 units. I mean, Joan Arthur could be OP, but honestly, Huo Arthur is amazing, because Huo gives you the sustain, it gives you the reduced rage, it gives you the speed, and then Arthur does do a lot of AoE damage with his combo attack. So I take back what I said earlier. Let's see if we've got any other like really good reports here. People were sharing reports earlier, but it looks like it's slowed down a bit. Well, here's Shiv. Here's Shiv's report with the Huo. Good ratio, but not a lot of Look at all these. Look at all this honor point farming right now. Couple people just hanging on by a thread. Nice, just hanging on by a thread. Other people quite full. There's Sanriel, one of our leaders, Sanriel, chilling at the altar. Oh yeah, we're gonna try Scipio Lucci this time. We'll give him the best infantry gear. He already has the best infantry wedge set. So yeah, let's try Scipio Lucci. I don't know that I'm using the best skills. I could have used this, the double C skill on Huo and get 10% more march speed. All right, here we go. Huo Arthur once more into the breach. Again, we're just going to play very defensive. We're going to pick off all the low health marches. So we get the kill. And we get the heal. We get the heal on our march. Alright, Archer March here. Tee off on the Archer March. Yep. Get the kill. Tee off on the Cav March. Stay away from the enemy. Okay. Oh, we're still low. We got hit by the people on the left. And so, as much as we were trying to be defensive, they did hit us. Yeah, I think we're even getting attacked right now, fortunately. Oh, you know one thing that I noticed? I just noticed this today, and I think this is a little bit with the new graphics. Okay, so like, watch when someone attacks me, right? I don't think this was always the case, but now, when somebody attacks you, you can very clearly see who is attacking you. Because you can see the red dots going right to your name, right? So like right now, there's no red dots walking towards me, right? But like, watch when someone actually attacks me. Watch when my screen starts to flash red. You can actually see who's attacking you, like where they're coming from. It'll happen eventually. Like, no one's attacked me for a long time, so no red lines have been marching towards me. But they will eventually. I mean, right now we're just like wrecking them. I mean, you saw it a little bit there for a second where someone was attacking me and you could see the red lines towards me. Like here, like some guy, this infantry guy dot back here just attacked me, and you could see their red lines walking towards me. So if you're paying like really good attention, I think you can get an even better sense now of when you need to retreat. Because obviously if someone attacks you from far away, it's not that big of a deal. Like right now, you can see, look, see those lines, those red lines? You can literally see exactly where the attacks are coming. Look at that. So like I just had like 4 people attacking me. It's almost like what you can do instead of keeping your eye on the corner of your screen where the red is flashing, which is what I normally do. You can actually just look at the map and wait to see when there are red lines headed towards you. Now, I guess you can see other people attacking also. Yes, this guy just attacked me. There's a lot of information you can see now with these dotted lines. Now they're a little bit annoying because you can't tell the difference between a skinny line and a dot. But in terms of what the enemy is doing, like right now, almost all the enemies are like retreating, so they're in gray. When they're pushing forward and attacking, their march becomes red. And you see the lines of where they're going. You see the lines of where the enemy is going. Alright, Huo goes down. Again, not a great report there. Just 2-1. Just 2-1. I think I have my best gear on Huo, right? I do. Kind of embarrassing that this gear is only trading 1-1. But hey. Let's get some more march capacity. There we go. AG, how's it going? You know, we're halfway through this altar at this point. I still have 0 stalker kills. Am I going to get this one? Maybe. But yeah, we took the altar. And we're just having a very good fight here. I'm up to 65th in enemy elimination. I'm still trying to catch Hanmano with his siege march. Let's see if we can find Hanmano again. These are the people getting the amazing trades. Like I'm up here getting even trades, trying to maintain the integrity of the front. And it's these siege back here who are absolutely eating. The siege are getting the good trades. I'm just a sacrificial lamb here. But it's a nice evening here on this map. We've got the golden hues of evening or nighttime. Very scenic, very, very scenic. Yeah, G, we figured that we would win. Let me try this skill instead. Let me try the 10% march speed and 30% attack. We figured we would win, but we are very happy to find out that actually the enemy's going to fight us almost this entire 2 hours. So props to Water Camp. Props to SJ32. Props to Rip from Kingdom 1825. And then I believe this is a Japanese kingdom or Korean kingdom, 1877. Yeah, a couple of Korean kingdoms, and then I think Rip is like, you know, European, North American. Oh, I'm here, duh. Yeah, but props to Water for the good fight today, for sure. We love it. We love it. Alright, so they're getting into our siege a little bit.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car.
Yes, Seba, I didn't expect this fight either. I thought they would fight, but I just thought that we would end up standing at the altar for at least like the final hour or more. I thought we'd fight them for a while and then they would give up, but they're just going at it the whole way. And probably not getting bad trades either. Like if I'm barely you know, I'm trading positive, but I'm not like getting amazing trades, so I assume our opponents are doing okay to still be out here. It's because altars are fun, man. Everyone has fun at altars, so even if you're losing, this is like a very good event to get your team to show up for. Because everybody enjoys it, man. I mean, look at SLD Reborn here. My good friend Sonia. She's getting probably some of her best KP in a situation like this. Working that Margaret Gonzalo siege march.
Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do that.
SAU, are you in which camp are you in? We're weak because, you know, it's a chill KvK and nobody's spending that much, or very few people are spending all that much on Crystal Tech. I did the initial Crystal bundles, I did the first Mountain Warfare, and that's going to be it for my spending. Oh, you're in 7th. I mean, SAU. I know your your name is very familiar. Is it Shiv, or I'm not sure. I forget who you are, SAU. I don't think we're weak. I don't think we're weak. We do have good allies, though. We do have good allies. Oh, yeah. Yeah, SAU, that's Shiv. Shiv, we're weak because I saw you standing at the altar earlier. You were, like, just in here standing, so, you know. I do think this Scipio Lucia is getting like a good trade here. You know, I think at the altar, the shield that you get from Scipio is actually quite helpful, you know. It's not as good as healing, but shielding at an altar is good too, because what was happening with the Lucci Phillip is I would go in, I'd be aggressive. I wouldn't be out of position, I'd just be at the front. And I'd take a lot of AoE damage and just, you know, I'd lose health pretty quickly with that Lucci Phillip. But it seems like with this Scipio, I'm able to stay at nice, solid health for much longer. Oh, you were changing your phone. All right, all right. I just saw White Castle out here. I Eat Calves is out here. I Eat Calves is out here with a Ragnar Scipio with his best set of infantry gear. That's a march that's going to hurt. Here's I Eat Calves. This march is going to hurt. I can tell you right now, this march has insane gear on it right now. And it is friggin' putting a whooping, absolute whooping on these enemies. As a little jazz plays in the background. And I'm now out of position. Run, Forrest, run! Oh, I forgot to do the stalkers again. Whatever. Whatever. Glyph, my boy Skliff, here with me. And we're gonna fall back a little bit. Anyways, enemy has us in a 2v4. But we baited him in. And then we turn. And try to finish off the kill. Hold, hold, got him. All right, so we pushed him pretty far here. Pretty nice run here with the Scipio Lucia. I think this is going to be a rather good report. And there he goes. Yeah, really good report there for the Scipio Lucia, actually. Definitely did, like, way better than Lucci Phillip, for sure. Yeah, really good. Almost 2-to-1. More more kill points than I've gotten in over an hour. That's the most KP I've gotten in one of these in over an hour. So, yeah, really good report there for Scipio Lucci. Look at all this siege. You love to see it. You love all this siege. Yeah, Wallace Lucci is probably really good here too. I think what's great about Wallace Lucci, I imagine that this is the case. Like, what is Wallace's active skill? Deals smite damage, and then deals extra smite damage to up to 3 targets. Yeah, like with all the normal damage that Wallace and Lucci do, what you can potentially do is you can almost play it like a old school Attila Takeda, where you almost never get off your active skill, but you just tap the enemy as often as you can, and you're like winning those trades because you have a bunch of counterattack or some counterattack, and you have a ton of normal damage. So like maybe you never get off a skill, but you also like never get pulled up out of position, and you can just like poke them to death with the WWLC. Looks like they're pushing us again here. Quick turnaround by the enemy. So we're gonna have to put in some work here with the Huo to save our siege. Big push by the enemy here. Getting into our siege. They're probably cleaning it up pretty good here. So we're gonna try to tee off a bit with the Huo. Let's see if we can get a lot of good value here. Because the enemy's going to be focusing on our siege. They're not going to focus on me. So maybe I can just be a sniper. Yeah, they're not attacking me. You know, they're not attacking me right now. Let's see how we do here. Let's see, did they get into our siege? They did. You can see they cleared out a lot of our siege there. They probably took out like 6 or 7 siege marches with this little push. And then they got their own siege set up too, which is going to poke at me. So we got to get to their siege now. We got to get revenge. Here we go. Time to eat. Time to eat. That siege went down fast. Look, oh, the 3 of them got away. 3 of those siege got away. Bastards. This is going to be really good because when the enemy's running, you can get a lot of kills for free. So I'm just going to stay at full health here. I will probably stay at full health until the enemy decides to turn around and fight us. Yeah, so we've been out here for a few minutes now, and we are still at full health. Absolute full health. With that Huo heal, 3,000 healing factor. Every time you get a kill, there's another one right there. This is pretty much proof of concept for why Huo is probably the best altar commander. We could do an archer tier list, or we could do an altar tier list, right? I can make a video of like best commanders for altar. Because that test of the Lucci Phillip versus the Scipio Lucci, I think that's a very legitimate test right there. Now, I'll run it a few more times to get a better sample size, but I do think Scipio Lucci probably is better than Lucci Phillip for this thing. What happens is you're at the front, and even if the enemy is not targeting you, and you're getting good hits off, it's just the AoE. You're just getting hit by so much AoE that you eventually, you know, you lose your health, and you have to go home. But man, if you get a little bit of healing or a little bit of shielding, you can just stay at white health for the whole fight. That is just amazing. That is so amazing. You can see it. You can see that I'm still at basically full health right here. No one's attacking me. We're just walking through these guys right now. And I still haven't killed a single stalker. Gosh dang it. Siege. 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 My mouse pad is like almost completely fell off my desk. There we go. This is going to be a friggin' report right here. This is going to be a good report. This feels like 3-1 maybe. This feels like definitely 3-1. So I'm just going to stay, I'm going to be very selfish here. And just get as good of a report as I can. Feels like the enemy's turning on us. Maybe we run away. Let's just get an amazing report right here. I'm being attacked. I run away. It looks a little bit like they're pushing us back. Maybe a little. Yeah, it looks like we're walking away a little bit now. So I'm just gonna stay healthy. I'm gonna stay healthy. We're just gonna fall back a little bit. Maybe come over here. Hit this guy a little bit. Yep. Shout out to this Nevsky, who's literally like walking with us. Alright, let's look at this report. 648. Let's freaking go, dude. Hell yeah. Look at that. Look at that report right there. 6.5 to 1. 6 million KP. Awesome. And look, we did change the skill. We went from the belly skill to the double C skill. So the double C still gave us 30% attack, and it gave us 10% march speed. Looks like that march speed made a bit of a difference there, as we were able to just stay out of trouble. So we got the good report. We retreated selfishly instead of dying. But here, let me I'm just gonna pull back for like 1 second and bring my Scipio out again. Yeah, Huo OP. That's a sick report right there. That's my best ratio of the day and the most kill points of the day. And I did change skills. I did change from the belly skill to the double C skill. I'm getting targeted here. Whatever. I'm getting overrun here. Okay. So we kind of do need to like defend here because we have so many AFK marches at this altar. Like we have so many AFK marches that we really can't we can't let them get to all of those marches. There's still 30 minutes to go on the altar, so this is about where the enemy tends to get. They don't seem to get into our AFKs so far, knock on wood. We'll just get another good report here with Huo as we turn this thing. Looks like we're turning this thing again. You can see the enemy doesn't have that many people here. They've only got about 20 marches inside the altar, so I'll just play a little, you know, just play normal. Get a kill on this cavalry, hopefully. Maybe not. Too tanky. We're getting close to the siege again. Get a kill on this cav. Then switch to this cav. Do a little chain healing. Nope, can't get that kill. And we do manage to save our AFKs. Our like 40 AFKs here. They lived. We've got another Nevsky just beelining for nowhere. I will definitely eat this guy. Easy. Hospital's almost full. We're fine. We're fine. There have been some whoa. There have been some Arthur primaries that I've seen. So when you're seeing an Arthur primary, that means they're on Delta formation. And, you know, with all the conversion stones that you get from KvK. Okay, stalkers. Oh my gosh, please get this kill. There's one stalker. Let's come over here. Oh, we might just get the whole chronicle done right here. There's two stalkers. And then here's three. Shout out to Lord Javier, one of the leaders of 2965. And shout out to 2965 for setting all the coalition markers for this altar. They've done a very good job. Yeah, so like White Castle, my teammate White Castle, he built like an entire Delta formation set just the other day. He used all his conversion stones, and so White Castle's in 4th in kills for this altar, and I can guarantee you he's out there running like Arthur primary, maybe like Jones secondary or something like that. I'm not really sure what march he's running, but let me ask him. But yeah, White Castle's got like a really sick Delta formation set now on his cav. And pretty wild that he is 4th. Like, he's doing very, very good in this altar. What place was I? Up to 46th. Not bad, not bad. Siege? Nope, got away. Alright, I need to be a little bit aggressive here. Get this march killed. Bring my other march in. Just too low of health to be doing all that much anymore. The other thing about Huo, and I forgot this, is that Huo also has a slow on his first skill, right? Yeah, Huo has a slow on his first skill too. 50% march speed reduction. It's only on one target, but that's another amazing thing for the altar. Because a lot of what people are looking to do is just hit those marches that are out of position. And so when Huo gets his claws into you and puts that 50% slow on a march, just keeps it in position to get melted. And then because you're one of the marches that are melting that enemy, you're going to secure that heal. You'd almost say Huo synergizes with himself in terms of being a really good altar commander. You need to get a lot of kills for the heal, and his own slow helps you secure those heals. So we were trying to kill this thing off, but it's just not happening. Appreciate y'all being here. This has been a fun one. We're going to keep it going until the end of the altar for sure. Let's see what place we can get. And then I will take a look at the patch notes, the developer feedback. Give you guys any thoughts I have on some of the changes that are coming. I mean, Kingdom merges. I think that's going to be cool. I think it's a good idea to merge kingdoms, actually. There are so many kingdoms that are just incredibly dead. And I'm sure those kingdoms would love to add like 30... You know, maybe there's going to be kingdoms that have only like 20 active players, right? I think those kingdoms would love to get 20 more people to do KvK with, to do alliance mobilization with, you know, to do barb forts in the home kingdom with, to do like Silk Road, right? Like Silk Road, if you don't have enough people to do Silk Road, it can be a little bit tough to do. You bring in a bunch more people to do Silk Road, a bunch more people to do Karowak ceremony, to unlock all the Karowak ceremonies. More people to just chop it up with in the alliance chat in the off season. I think a kingdom merges are actually going to be very good because, you know, there are just like a lot of people who are still playing this game in these kind of dead kingdoms They still got a few friends left. They still like to progress their account. And just make the game more fun for those people. It's just like a great thing to do. But I don't know if there were any details about the kingdom merges in the notes. We'll take a look. I mean, we've got... Oh, only 13 minutes. Only 13 minutes left on this altar, actually. Did we complete the chronicle? We did. Very nice. Okay, so they combined the two Huo reports. We ended up getting 8.5 million KP on that report. Holy shit. I mean, so there's one guy in our alliance who has been around for a long time. For this KvK, I put him in the secondary domain because his kill points were so low last KvK. He actually did take 1.5 million deads on his main because he was like filling garrisons and stuff. But literally this dude, on his main account, he had 57 million kill points. Like for the whole KvK. He had 57 million kill points for the whole KvK. And honestly, if he had done like 100 million KP, I would have put him in the main domain. But like literally in that one fight, I did 1/7 of all the kill points that this player did for the whole KvK. One march at an altar did almost as many kill points as that, or, you know, 1/7 of the kill points he did for the entire war. And it's like, that's why I just could not bring him into our main domain, because it's just like, I mean, it's really not that hard to get like 200 million kill points in a KvK. It just is not that hard. All right, I'm gonna bring the Huo out again. Yep, there's that. All right. Scipio Lucci. Enemy making another push here. Oh my gosh, I'm getting wrecked. I wanted to be zoomed in, but I just need to dot mode this a little bit because it's a little rough. A little rough at the moment. There's the boss. Boss just spawned. And I'm getting caught out of position. This is going to be a very short-lived march. The Scipio Lucci is not long for this world. Especially when he's hitting a full health William Wallace. Okay, I will duel you to the death, Wallace. See what you got. Let me grab this wood. Got wood? Yeah, no more free MGEs. That's true. Well, AG, I assume them. I didn't even get the wood? They killed me before I grabbed the wood? Oh my gosh, man. I need that wood. Yeah, I assume the mergers will be voluntary. I mean, at a certain point, if you've been in a dead kingdom for so long and you're like winning all these free MGEs, first of all, you have like a... First of all, there's not that many MGE commanders that you even need for the open field. And second of all, I don't know, man. At a certain point, it just... I would imagine it loses its... The free MGs lose their excitement a little bit. And you want to just have a bit more life in the game. But I can see a certain type of person being bummed out about that. I'm sure there's a certain type of person who just thinks they're living their best life in a dead kingdom because they're just progressing their accounts so fast, right? They're like winning the MGEs. Maybe they're doing all the barb camps or something like that. I mean, you could do the barb camps in a non-dead kingdom, but I'm sure some people think that they have like tons of resources because their KvKs are so short and casual that they just have saved up so many resources. And I'm sure there's a certain type of player who does feel like they are living their best life doing that. And like, more power to them, that's fine. But I think most people would like the idea of their alliance chat being a little bit more active, playing in a slightly bigger KvK. You know, if you're in a war in the Lost Kingdom and you launch a rally on an enemy, like, it would be nice to be able to fill it up. All right, let's just go here. Let's just fight Negan. Let's see how we do against Negan. Let's duel it out. Let's duel it out here. Reign of Prime getting in the mix. Let's chase. We chase. We chase. Maybe we're faster than them. Maybe we're not. Alright, alright. We won the duel. We won the duel. 400 less severely wounded, so I call that a win. I don't care that my teammates were helping me. Don't bore me with those details. I won that duel. So what do we got left here? We got 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we'll remind everybody to bring their marches home. But for now, we fight. We are in 45th in an enemy elimination. Let's secure the top 50 finish. We are getting pushed back here, so that's fine. I'll be running whenever attacked. Alright, this is pretty good timing for the enemy. You can see a bunch of them are coming. They know what potential future is ahead of them, which is they might clean up a ton of our marches. In fact, I'm gonna break off here real quick and send a quick Discord ping that people need to go send their marches home. Where's announcements? There we go. Can I fight and type at the same time? Probably not. Send farm marches home from altar now. Exclamation mark. Enemy is pushing. So hopefully people start sending marches home, because I feel like we might be in some bit of trouble here. Very successful altar fight. This went as well as we could have ever hoped. But now we need to end it well, because yeah, the enemy is doing something very, very smart right now. They're being very smart. They have all their people pushing, and they're going to try to clear out our AFKs. This could get ugly. Okay, I did empty my hospital, so I'm just going to be a little aggressive here. My trades have been good all day. I don't really care about the trades at this point. I'm going to try to do as much damage as I can. Keep these guys off of our AFKs. You know, keep them off our AFKs for as long as we can, so people go home. Bunch of infantry here trying to attack me. This guy's gonna be low, so we'll kill this cav, get the heal, bounce to the next one. All right, we're keeping him away so far. This is good. This is very good. Nice recovery by the good guys here. As we push them back again, looks like. I just went from... Oh, you know what I keep forgetting to do? Can you guys see my health bar? I guess you can. Not really. I need to move this screen over like a little bit. Look, see, now you can see my health bar. I forgot to do that for like weeks. My bad. My screen's been a little bit off. Maybe... I'll try to fix the rest later, but yeah. The enemy is running. You know, one of the things I really like about the new King of All Britain map is that they kept the altars. You know, some of these newer maps don't have altars. Like Stratagems, I don't think Stratagem has an altar. And I just think this is like one of the best parts of the game. Like everyone, we had really good numbers. Like we had really good numbers when this thing started. I assume they're still pretty good. I know it's only one march and it's like kind of like a much simpler game than using 5 to 7 marches, but these things are great. These are just great friggin' fights. I see so many people out here who, like so many names where if this was an open field, normal open field fight where like everyone has 5 marches, there's like no way they would be out here for 2.5 hours straight. Like there's just no way they would have been out here for 2.5 straight hours. They would just burn through too many resources. They would probably just get wrecked a little bit too much. But you make it just one march for people. And we just cook. We just cook for 2.5 hours straight. Now, I'm a little out of position there, but it is what it is. Right, so altar has closed. Do I go out again, or do I just... I'm going to bring my march to the altar one time and maybe protect... Try to protect the AFKs a bit. Well, let's see if we can pull up the latest patch notes. I know it was a few days ago. Here it is. The moon and the star. This is going to go in. This patch is going to go in a couple of days on 210. Looks like they've got a Ramadan event series happening. We always like the holiday events. We've got the new season of Conquest Story, Keener Blades. So this one's kind of interesting to me. As you progress through the Lost Kingdom Chronicles and Coalition Technology Tree, you'll be able to convert your units into new elite units and unlock unique active skills. So this is going to be kind of like the Shifting Gears story, in the sense that I favorite this thing. I can favorite it, okay. So, you know, this is going to be a bit like Shifting Gears in that, like, there's going to be new stuff. You can use active skills on your units. It's going to be slightly different fighting, maybe a little bit more skill. I like these new stories because if a kingdom really wants to put a lot of effort into something, they can theory craft one of these stories. They can coach their players about how to prepare the best for these stories, and then they can give themselves a really nice edge. I like these new stories that have a little bit more skill to them, a little bit more uniqueness to them. They're never going to be the most popular stories, but I think it's cool that you give people the opportunity to, like, put in a ton of effort and give themselves an edge. And it looks like it's going to be a 6-camp map, so that's cool too. This one's interesting. I mean, I think I'm not completely opposed to considering doing this one here in 770. So they're changing the domains. That's another thing they're doing. They're changing the domains. You know, they're making the domains a little bit different with titles. And then it says improve the logic for determining whether or not to split a kingdom into domains. Kingdoms will now be split into domains based on their activity level rather than the power of their active governors. So the question there, for sure, is will more kingdoms qualify for the domain or will less, right? We qualify for the domain currently. We're a quite active kingdom, I would say. I mean, we're 4th in alliance mobilization, and we're literally in the same pool as 60 GT and 2906. Like, we are rather, you know, we are rather active. I would hate for us to not be in the domain. I hope what that means is that more kingdoms qualify for the domain. Because right now you need like 650 City Hall 25 cities to qualify for the domain. And that's pretty tough for a lot of kingdoms. Like, you could be a very active kingdom and not be domain. You know, I think like Bus Driver's Kingdom 3092, I believe they are not domain as of now. And so if they add more kingdoms to the domain system, that would be great. Because the domain system is awesome. The domain system is so freaking good. You can keep low-performing people in your kingdom. They can have fun in the kingdom. But you don't have to bring them to KvK with you. And that is like super, super helpful. So we're getting wiped here. So we're getting wiped here, and I'm not exactly sure what I should be doing because I cannot hold these guys off alone. What should I do here? What should I do here? I think I'll just hide within the AFKs. I think I'll hide within the AFKs and hope they attack other people. This might be a bad idea. I don't even know. This is probably a very bad idea. But let's see what happens. I mean, we had a decent number of people go home. It doesn't even look like there's that many HDS people here, actually. Seems it's like other... So Sam is here. Shout out to Sam. Looks like Sam went back to sleep. Who else do we have here? Can't... Anna. Well, Anna's very low. Anna's going to be fine. Yeah, not a lot of HDS people here, actually. So we were pretty good. It looks like the other... Oh, here's this guy. Oh no, this is gonna be ugly. Should I just run? I'm just gonna run. F this. I'll kite these guys because they want to eat the AFKs. They don't want to fight me. Let us kite these guys a little bit. Oh my gosh. Well, they earned it. Water Camp earned this one. They earned the AFK kills at the end of this altar because we beat them up pretty good for 2.5 hours straight. So they earned this. Really good effort by Water Camp today. Really good effort. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of value here. Nobody's attacking us. They want to kill the AFKs, so... We'll just fight till all the AFKs are dead, and then we're gonna tile hop away. Easy game. Looks like we're about... I think we are about time to leave. Almost every AFK is dead, so... Let me get one more skill cycle off and then I'm out of here. Yep, I'm out of here. See ya. See ya. Oh, I'm gonna get flanked a little bit. I thought there were some tiles here. There's no tiles. I'm in trouble. Run, Forrest, run! Oh, they all ignored me. Nice. Apparently we're like turning this now. Let's see our numbers. All right. We probably have a bunch of fresh marches here actually, so we might be able to put in some work. This fight might go on for a while, honestly. We'll see what happens. This fight might go on for a while. We'll probably keep bringing our marches out. The enemy will keep bringing their marches out. I mean, KP is KP. Oh, I did die. All right. I'll bring Kuh out again. Keep going. Let's finish looking through these patch notes for a minute. Yes, so the domain system is changing. They're modifying the effects of certain holy sites in their heroic anthem. I assume what they're going to do is they're going to make this sanctuary be all damage, because this is all damage in King of All Britain, and so it's much more important. So I think maybe they'll change the sanctuary to be all damage instead of march speed. Not that march speed is unimportant. And no resource tiles. There's a lot of good changes in this update. There's actually a lot of good changes here. No resource tiles will spawn in Kingsland going forward. So now everyone's going to have a lot more teleport space. you're not going to have to put a bunch of effort into farming tiles when KL opens. And I can tell you from experience in our last KvK that we had some people very dedicated to farming up those tiles. I had a couple marches that were dedicated to farming up those tiles, but because you do have to retreat sometimes, or sometimes you get killed, it actually does take like 5 hours to actually deplete one of those tiles and open up a teleport space. So this is a great change. No more resource tiles spawning, you know, once KL opens. That's a great change. Great change. There's this instant research feature in the Crystal Research Center. This is interesting too. This might mean that you don't have to use research speedups to finish research. I'm not sure exactly what instant research will be, but I would love it if it means you don't have to use resource speedups and wait for helps. Because I tend to wait for like a minute or two for helps, and it just slows me down a lot when I'm doing all that early research. And then another great change here. Bastion quests will be refreshed every 5 minutes rather than 10, so you can refresh your Bastion quests way more often. That's a really cool change as well. And then Osiris League Season 9 is coming soon. That's exciting. Hopefully I will get to be a caster again for Osiris League. That is like one of my favorite parts of this game. So actually a lot of really good updates here. And they're adding some new skills. Like hard push is going to be cheaper. Desert Storm might get buffed. They might be buffing War Drums and Mystical Formation. I'm not sure. I assume they're going to buff War Drums, Mystical, and Total Vision since those skills were getting used less often. That'll be interesting. For smaller arcs, War Drums and Mystical art is already really good. Because the deal is, the reason that Osiris League teams don't use Mystical... By the way, we have like a pretty good arc match tomorrow. But the reason that most... the reason that most teams don't... Like Osiris League teams don't use Mystical and War Drums is because it only affects 30 troops, right? So if you're in an Osiris League team, then you have way more troops... You have way more than 30 marches at a mid-fight, and so a skill like this doesn't buff them all. The same is true for To the Death, whereas like Dust Up and Heaven's Grace, they affect everyone on the map, right? So Mystical and War Drums are actually great in smaller arcs because you only have like 30 marches mid, and these buffs are insanely good, okay? Like Mystical increases defense by 50%, right? You compare that to like Total Vision, right? Total Vision gives you all damage for the same length of time. So like the truth is, War Drums and Mystical Formation give you like way more stats than Total Vision or Dust Up. Dust Up is going to be, yeah, 10% all damage also. And so if they change the parameters of Mystical to like buff, to like, I don't know what they would change here, but like these skills are already incredibly strong. War Drums gives you 80% attack. That's a huge buff. A huge, huge buff. In fact, I think I'm going to change from... Wait, why do I... Oh, I had Hard Push on because... Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use War Drums instead this week. But they've also added new skills. They've added some very interesting new skills to Osiris League. Yeah, Inferno, which is kind of like a damage skill. Time Warp resets all your skills and reduces the energy cost for your next one. Like, that's pretty interesting. So, like, you could use, like, Dust Up, and then you could use Time Warp, and then you could use Dust Up again. You could use, like, Heaven's Grace. So, like, with Time Warp, you could use Heaven's Grace, then you use Time Warp, then you use Heaven's Grace again for cheaper. I mean, Time Warp is really interesting. That's going to add a lot of stuff. Sunsailor is another warp skill where you place these two like pillars on the map, and then if you walk to one of the pillars, you get teleported to the other one. That's a crazy skill too. And then No Mark is sort of like a hard push skill, it looks like. It takes less time for your team to capture buildings, and your team earns more points when occupying them. In addition, allied troops will deal more damage when attacking buildings and take less damage when garrisoning them. So No Mark is sort of like a side skill. So honestly, like, there's a bunch of crazy changes to Arc as well as we get ready for the next Osiris League. Some Realm of Mystique updates, some COO updates, some, you know, a little bit of changes to iconic Tier 5 equipment. They're optimizing the logic for attack march. You can reserve titles, which is kind of cool. And then some quality of life stuff as well. So it looks like another like really good update, honestly. Looks like another like very, very good update coming in a couple of days. Nothing super game changing other than the changes to the domain system and the no resource tiles in Kingsland. But everything else just like sort of makes the game either better or more interesting. And that is certainly a good thing. There's just been so many good patches to there have been so many good patches to Rise of Kingdoms lately. They have made the game better for sure. We're playing here with the new graphics in Heroic Anthem Remastered. I believe we'll probably get some more of these maps with the new graphics soon. I'm gonna jump back out here and maybe get a few more kill points before this altar comes to a real end. We're in 46th. We got the top 50 finish in enemy elimination. Shout out to our allies, Chopico, for finishing first. Shout out to my buddy White Castle for finishing second. And then Kim finished 10th. And Castle and IE Cavs rounding out the top 20 here. Ben's also in the top 20. So a bunch of us got in the top 20. I'm in 46th. I think I might be the second highest scoring non-Korean. Nope, Vertical beat me too. So yeah, I was about third for the non-Koreans in 770. 7th or 8th overall for this altar. I do thank everybody for watching. The chat was very lively earlier on. Looks like you all slowed down just as I slowed down. But that's going to be it for this stream. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And I'll see you all on the flip side.